Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cupcakes, Cocktails, and Conversation. Today we're going to be talking about how much I'm supposed to be at work right now. That's why I have my hoodie on, covering up what I actually have on. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day today. Some people would disagree. It's snowing. So I decided on my way back to my room, hey, let's just get this video done. I took a lot of notes for this. So the question is, how much is support worth? And my answer is, support is priceless. I know that in a relationship, people want it all. And the truth of the matter is, you can't actually have it all. So you have to decide what are the things that are most important to you. So for me, the ingredients of a healthy relationship would be communication, respect, loyalty, understanding, love, honesty, and support. And for everybody, it doesn't matter who you are, people are going to say communication is so important. And it is. To be able to communicate with your partner is one of the most important ingredients to a healthy relationship. You have to be able to talk to each other. But when you ask a bunch of single people, what do they want? They're going to say they want love. They're looking for love. And love is fantastic. It's an amazing feeling. You know, it's one of those things that's hard to describe. But love can go in and out. You're going to be in love. You can just love someone. But what I found that is super, super irreplaceable is support. When I replay my marriage, or if I wrote it down on paper, if I put all the bad things on one side and I put support on the other side, the support will outweigh everything. You know, I was walking back from getting food the other day, and I was trying to figure out, why am I still married? You know, with the good and the bad, but a lot of times we like to think about the bad. I say, why am I still married? Why am I still here? And I replay the things that my husband has done for me in our time together. And I'm going to give you an example. I decided to start running again, and I had my friend, you know, book us a race. I said, hey, let's do a 5K. She said, let's do a 15K. I said, oh, I don't want to do that, but okay. So we drive up from Maryland to Philly to do this 15K, completely unprepared for it, about to die. You know, my husband and I were not in a good space, really wasn't talking to each other too much. And in my mind, when I was running, I was like, if this moron doesn't show up to this race, that tells me a lot. So I crossed the finish line, tears in my eyes, because they had a little hill at the end of the 15K, and I said, who the hell will put a damn hill at the end of the 15K? That's neither here nor there. And I crossed the finish line, and I don't see him. And I was like, well, he don't get it. But I walk a little further, and there he is. Him and my daughter. They drove up to Philly. They said nothing, and he was there to support me. Doesn't matter what I may have said to him the week before, the day before. Doesn't matter what he has done. He was there. He knew to show up for me. To see me finish something that I said I'm going to do out of nowhere. Another example. Once again, not in a good space, you know. Not in a bad space either. But I was supposed to run my first half marathon in DC. So a bunch of people said they was gonna run it with me. They didn't. Everybody flaked out, because that's what, you know, people do. And it happens. I flake. It is what it is. And I get there to get my race packet, and you know, I was like, oh wow, you can still register today. So almost $200 later, in a drive all the way to DC, my husband picks up his race packet. We drop the kid off in the morning to a friend's house in DC. He has not ran anything, has not trained or anything. Ran the first 6 miles with me, and I left. I left it after a while to run my race. But he ran a half marathon for me, just so I wouldn't be alone. Just so I didn't have to start the race alone. And when I tell people this, I tell the men, that I know in my life this, they say it couldn't be me. I'd have been cheering for you. They'd have been like, I'd have been cheering for you at the end. I'd had signs up, I had everything, but I wasn't gonna run that race with you. And that says so much. That's support. Like, where can you get support like that from? If I went out there into the dating world, what am I now? I'm going to search for somebody to be supportive. It doesn't matter if I say I want to start making candles and selling candles tomorrow. My husband's like, all right, let's go. Let's sell candles. What you need? What we going to do? You get supplies. What do you want to get? If I say I want to quit my job, start my own business, my husband's like, all right, let's go. What's the plan? What are we going to do? I'm currently not home. I asked my husband, can I leave for a year? There's something I got to do. He understood. He said, I got you. This man is at home putting in fake ponytails into the 6-year-old for cheerleading competitions. Like, he's taking care of my daughter. He's taking care of our daughter by himself. Of course, he has the support of my family there. But not many men will allow their wife to go off and do their thing. Not many men will support their soldier of a wife. Not many men will say, go ahead and go and fight America's wars. I'm fine with it. But I married a soldier, so he understands. That's something that you don't get everywhere. Support is priceless. If you find someone that supports you no matter what, you hold on to that. As long as, the other stuff is not so bad that you have to leave, those things you can probably get through. I never understood how important that one aspect of a relationship was. It's not something I ever thought about. And especially from him, because he's just always been supportive. My husband's my biggest cheerleader, and I'm his biggest cheerleader. Outside, of course, my mom, my sisters, like my dad, I have a very supportive family. But he's the family I chose. And if I can get anything from him, I will take this. He's a terrible communicator. He's been working on it for 10 years. He keeps saying he's working on it. Question mark. But when it comes to riding for his wife, that man is hands down there. So especially my single friends, when you are looking for your mate, I want you to ask yourself, how much is support worth? And if this person doesn't support you, I personally couldn't do it. I want someone there for me every step of the way. If I say I want to go to the moon, I want you to ask me what we got to do to get there. And I want to do the same for you. Partners should be each other's backbones. You should be everything to each other. Everything. When your partner is sick, you are their nurse. When your partner is down and out and in financial trouble, you are their bank. When they're depressed, you are their therapist. When their friends are being shitty friends, you are their best friend. You should be that. You should be their foundation. You should be what they stand on. They should be able to stand on your shoulders, and your shoulders should be strong enough to carry that person. to carry each other. This is what you should be showing your children. Support one another. Because everybody's not supportive. People want to be, and they say they are, because they want to be supported. But it's a two-way street. No, we don't do things to get something, but it's a two-way street. I want to be able to carry my partner's hopes and dreams on my shoulders. I want to be able to support every single thing he wants to do in life. I want to be able to push him to be the best version of himself. And I want him to do the same for me. In my other career, he's constantly questioning, what are you going to do to get promoted? What are you going to do? How are we going to fix it? Anything I say I want to do to get that goal, he supports me. If I have to drive 6.5 hours to accomplish that goal once a week, once a month on a weekend, he got it. Do what you have to do. He understands why I'm here. No, you don't know where I'm at, but he understands why I'm here, why I'm doing the things I do. Everything I want to do, he 100 times over is right there with me. Want to go do a run in Vegas? All right, let's go to Vegas. You want to go to Safari? All right, let's go to Safari. Now, don't get me wrong. My husband is no yes man. He'd be like, "No, we ain't doing that." If he, But when it comes to support, he don't give me everything. But when it comes to fulfilling my potential, absolutely. We make each other want to be better people. I don't want to go out there in the dating world and go find that again. Marriage is work. Relationships are work. Think of the ingredients to a happy relationship, a good relationship for you. Not me, but for you. And figure out what you can't live without. And think about how much that is worth. That support is far worth more than the communication I beg for. And I beg for it. And I beg for it. And I fight for it. And I've had amazing, amazing communicators in past relationships. I didn't have to wonder anything. They talked to me. They talked with me. I knew everything about them. But them jokers, they were not supportive. They didn't understand the kind of lifestyle I lived. They understand the jobs I did. They didn't understand. They didn't even understand I was a tomboy. And and most of my friends are males. There was no understanding. There was no support on the things I wanted to do. If I said I wanted to go do it, why do you have to do that? Why would you do that? Why don't you just stay here and do this? That doesn't sound like a good idea. There was no, babe, it might not be the best idea, but let's go do it. So yeah, they were great communicators. They was great at a lot of things. Supportive? Nah. Not even a little bit. So I'm going to close out and I'm going to ask you, think about the good and the bad in your relationship. Think about the ingredients that makes a great relationship for you. Pull out what you can't live without. Put it on that one side of the paper like I did. Put the negative on the other side and see which one weighs more. Because this side, that negative side, still can't outweigh that support that I get. And I appreciate and I'm so thankful that at the minimum, I have that. And I'm thankful that my dad showed me what a supportive husband is. Because apparently that's what I look for. Because my husband and my dad, they're almost the same person. They say daughters marry their fathers. They never lie. All right.